You've waited all day for this.
Ember Knights.
This isn't your daytime Ember. This is Ember
Knights.
The smoldering gets a little hotter when it's Ember
Knights.
Doing it alone? We can help.
Ember Knights.
Get nasty with up to 4 people.
Ember Knights.
Wait, it's spelled like what? Ember Knights. It's pixel art. Got cute little guys. It's got upgrades, got randomized stuff. It's all in there. It's all in a cauldron, and they mixed it up. And you got a recipe for a roguelike stew. But with all cooking, a lot relies on ingredients. Are they fresh from the market? Or are they freeze-dried garbage? Today, we're looking at Ember Knights. Best way I can describe this game is it's like Hades. It's a lot like Hades. With regard to gameplay and upgrade mechanics, it's Hades. For those who haven't played Hades, it goes something like this. You equip your loadout, which is your weapon, and some options that you can unlock throughout the game by spending resources that you collect in the dungeon, and then you embark on the run, which consists of 4 worlds with several rooms within those worlds. In the rooms, you gotta fight bad guys, and after you do that, they contain rewards and resources, and sometimes you have an option to choose what you're gonna go for in the next room. You go through these worlds, fighting a mini-boss, then a big boss, and then at the very end of the run, you fight the big boss. And then when you win or lose, you do it again, over and over again. The slow trickle of upgrades, that's what gets you coming back for more, as well as the action-packed combat. That's satisfying and variable depending on what kind of weapon you use for the run. So, that's Hades and Ember Knights. I described the exact same game. The difference between them? Well, Hades has a great story, great voice acting, characters that you care about, great illustrations. Ember Knights doesn't have those things, but you can't really compare the 2 different types of art. I mean, they're different. They're different. You can't compare them. You can compare them, but they're different. You know? They're just 2 different flavors of the same game. Hades is complex and satisfies your palate in a way that you didn't know needed to be satisfied. A narrative experience with a clear story that you don't find in roguelikes. Ember Knights is simple. Stick to your ribs food that isn't necessarily a memorable experience, but still gives you tasty calories and you don't mind cooking it up. A ribeye compared to a sirloin. A wine called Josh compared to some boxed Franzia. Heston Blumenthal compared to Guy Fieri.
Stop with the food comparison.
All right. I'm just having some fun.
Cut it out.
I don't know how to go through this review without comparing it to Hades, but I will tell you, I found myself booting it up more times than other things that I would have on my Steam Deck. Boots up fast, you head right into the action. It's a very low loading game, so it doesn't require much startup time, and you just get into it. There's no frills, gets the job done, you smash into enemies, and it feels good. What more do you want? The other thing that sets Ember Knights apart from Hades is, and I think this is the biggest thing, it's co-op multiplayer. Not many roguelites have this. Online or couch, you can grab 3 friends, have a hell of a time. At least that's what I would say. Full disclosure, I was only able to do 1 session of co-op, and that was online with a stranger, and the communication was limited. There's not much going on with multiplayer in the online space, but when I did play with someone, it was fun. We couldn't really communicate very well. There wasn't like a pinging system or like an emote system or anything like that. No chatting even, I don't think. I didn't find maybe it's in there, I don't know. I didn't look for it. But also my cooperative partner didn't chat with me either. So basically what it boiled down to was us wiggling around an item or something, trying to indicate that you should take this item or something. Multiplayer feels a lot like Castle Crashers, which is awesome. My only issue is that I wish it had matchmaking instead of lobbies. It has lobbies, which, you know, my experience was just to see if there were any lobbies open, and when there weren't, which was often, I'd open up my own lobby, get bored after 30 seconds, and then do a solo game. Matchmaking might fix this, but at the time of this writing, the peak player count is around 500 people. And I'm no networking engineer, so I don't know if it would help all that much. I don't know if it would even help that much. Among those 500 people, who knows how many are looking for multiplayer games. The last thing I want to mention, it's cheaper than Hades. Just, you know, monetarily. I kind of don't like talking about the value of games, but in terms of sheer quantity of stuff you get in either of these games, Hades takes the cake. Basically, like, Hades is, you know, it's the creme de la creme. If you haven't played Hades and you're thinking about picking up Ember Knights, pick up Hades instead. You're gonna thank yourself, okay? But like, if you've played Hades and you're just kind of bored of it and you're sick of it, you know, and you want something kind of like Hades, but like less ambitious, I guess, go for Ember Knights.